naona povu ikikutoka kwa mdomo. Nilidhania basi hii maneno ukikalia kiti utamaliza. Sasa mimi naona tayari maneno kama yamarika kidogo.
Ningeomba sababu kuna maswali yameulizwa Kiswahili na maswali mengine yameulizwa kwa Kiingereza. Kupitia kwa mwenyekiti ningeomba lile swali ameliuliza Kiswahili nitoke povu kulijibu Kiswahili, kisha lile swali limeulizwa Kiingereza pia nitoke povu kwa kulijibu Kiingereza. Mwenyekiti, ili swali liliulizwa na Senator Chute ya kwa lipi lilibadilika. Lau ningelikuwa niko na hizi nyumba niko nazo tayari, ni hadhi yako kama senator na ni hadhi ya hawa waungwana walioko hapa nyuma kuuliza. Pili, lau ningelikuwa hii mkataba serikali ambao kwamba iko chini yangu sasa hivi ilisema ya kwa kuanzia mwaka ile nilikuwa nimeapishwa kuna nyingine tulikuwa tupate lakini tukaamua kuzipeleka nyuma, hapo nitakuwa nimewadhulumu. Tatu, nataka tuelewe kitu kimoja. Hapa leo tunaiangalia hii barua, na lau kungelikuwa hakuna barua, lau kungelikuwa hakuna hii barua kuonesha ya kwa tumekuwa na madhumuni na nia ya kuweza kutatua hili tatizo, pia ingeambiwa ya kwa hamna lolote ambalo kwamba mmeandika. Lakini nataka nieleze kitu kingine hapa. Sio kwa ni barua peke yake, hata sauti ya PS, sauti ya waziri, sauti ya rais alipofika hapa Buxton aliinuka na kutoa kauli ya kwa tumekubaliana na gavana wenu ya kwa hawa waungwana hapa wataweza kupata hizi nyumba. Sasa mkiniuliza lipi limebadilika, lilobadilika ni kwa wakati ule nilikuwa sina njia ya kuhakikisha kwa rais amezungumza maneno yale, lakini nikafanya bidii nikahakikisha. Lau ningelikuwa nina nyumba nimezipokea mkononi, nina nyumba ambazo lau kungelikuwa kuna njia ya kuangalia hii katiba hii mkataba ulioweza kuwekwa mwaka 2016. Mwaka 2016 mimi niko katika bunge napigana mapovu na kuhusiana na mambo ya bandari, hata siyajui ya mambo ya Buxton. Hii iliwekwa mwaka 2016. Ikiwa ni kitu kimebadilishwa, nimebadilisha, ni sawa kuuliza kwa nimebadilisha lipi. Lakini nadhani hususan hata sio kwa sababu ya makamera, hususan kuzungumza na kuuliza lugha hii mbele hawa waungwana walioko hapa. Hawa hawakunipigia kura kwa sababu ya Buxton peke yake, walinipigia kura kwa sababu nilikuwa na wao kwa muda wa miaka 10. Na leo hii nataka kutoa hakikisho tena mwenyekiti ya kwa nikishaweza kupata zile 180, kuna na zaidi ya kusema ya kuwa kando na zile ambazo kwamba ni za Buxton, nyingine zote ambazo kwamba zilioko waweze kupatiwa nafasi kuchagua, je mwazitaka hizi ama muzitaki. Lile ambalo kwamba umeeleza wewe, na pengine niweze kuzungumza jambo hili kwa sababu Senator Wambua pia amelizungumza chair, na naomba madakika tu. Nyote munaenda sio katika mazungumzo yalozungumzwa kukumbushana, lakini nyote munaenda kwa hii ripoti ambayo kwamba ilowekwa katika hili jumba, mkaipigia kura hii ripoti. Kupitia hii ripoti ya kwanza ambayo kwamba ni shurti la serikali ya county ni kwa zote 180 niweze kuzipeana. Kabla hata kuandika hii ripoti niliazungumza pale na ndio ikawekwa katika hii ripoti ya kwa zote 180 nitazipeana. Pili, ya kwa ikiwa kuna zozote nyingine ambazo tutazipata tuweze kuzipeana. Tayari nishawaambia na nishaonyesha barua ya kwa tayari tukishaweza kuzipata nyingine zozote tutazipeana. Tatu, hapa kumewekwa ya kwa muda wa miezi 6 baada hii ripoti kuweza kuwekwa, muda wa miezi 6 ni kuuliza kati ya National the Ministry of Housing na serikali ya kaunti ya Mombasa waweze kuyamaliza haya. Unless kungelikuwa lugha ya Kiswahili substantive motion sielewi, lakini ingelikuwa kuna motion kama hiyo katika kamati hii kuzungumza kuhusiana na hawa ambao kwamba ni watu wa housing. Ni sawa mwenyekiti ulivyotoa amri watu wa housing waje hapa na waseme hapa, hata mimi pia nitakuwa ni mwenye kulala kwa usalama, kwa sababu tatizo la nyumba sitaki kulitatua kwa sababu ya Buxton peke yake, lakini ni juu ya Buxton. Kwa hivyo kidogo tuweze kuanza kuelewana. Unajua, ukizungumza lugha what changed, lipi lilibadilika, niambieni nyinyi ni lipi ambalo kwamba ningelifanya zaidi. Ningelikuwa na uwezo wa kuchukua simiti na mawe kuyaregesha nyuma, kuregesha tena ile reverse, ningeweza kuyafanya. Lakini surely kama kiongozi mimi jambo langu ni moja, either niangalie tatizo nijaribu kuangalia njia ya kulitatua, ama niangalie tatizo kazi yangu sasa iwe ni kama wale wengine, kazi yetu tunalia. Mimi natafuta kutafuta suluhisho, na ukiwaleta wale, na nimesema zaidi pia na wakaribisha kamati ije Mombasa muangalie kwingine kote tunapojenga.
Governor, because of time, I want to give you an opportunity. I always wear the blue hat. The blue hat is focusing on what we must achievement on the affordable housing equation that was supposed to solve this. And my mind is clear that you have stated a time without number, that you have had myriad of conversations with the State Housing Department that hasn't fertilized into a document. Yes. And I want to tell the clerk that, and say that if you allow me, this is the biggest takeaway, that we must then, because I want to be additive to conversation that had gone through this committee and had gone through Parliament. That's why I was saying that I don't want to have a conversation that you had had maybe in this committee before I came, but the report that the governor is referring to came to Parliament and we voted on it. And the solutions that were prescribed there is what this committee is following on. I want to make that very clear. So among them is this issue of solidifying the agreement between the national government and the county government, which hasn't happened. And Governor, the first responsibility is on you to solidify that agreement. True or false?
That is true.
And I want to request you that in the next 7 days, committee, if you allow, you must be able to follow up with the State Department on that agreement. Because I'm informing you, just wait, just a moment.
There is something you are rushing, Dogo Chair. Please.
Senator Chute, we must get to conclude these 3 issues, because we face the danger of not going to the House on time.
Chair, let me ask you one question, please.
Yes.
What is the responsibility of Department of Housing in this? What is the responsibility?
You know,
not financing.
Senator Chute, you are asking me a question that you conversed in Parliament and came up with a report on, which is what we are acting on here.
Can I help?
Okay? Unless you did not read the agenda of the meeting today, which you are part of. The agenda of the meeting is actually that particular question.
Chair, what I wanted you, I want the governor to tell us. The Buxton Estate guys have missed the first phase. On the second phase, does he have any off-plan program for the 184 units so that we can now talk to the Department of Housing? That is my question.
Okay, that question I would like the governor to answer. Sarah Sifuna, please put yourself on record, and also I think you are a friend of the committee.
So that we just finalize. I've said this, I think, like you rightfully put it, this is going to be my 10th time. There's a contract between the county government of Mombasa that we are meant to receive those 180. I'm only governor. 180 units belong to the people of Mombasa. And as governor, my job is to govern on how we can be able to handle these matters. And the resolution that was made was those 180. And since I'm on Hansard, I hope this is on record so that we do not repeat this. I'm reconfirming that those 180 units, we have already offered them to the State Department of Housing so that we can be able, in fact, if you look at the dates before even being called, months before being called, we have been in touch with the State Department of Housing. Chair, actually there are other letters more than this on this same matter, and I'm going to try and get the departments to actually get those letters that we can try and be able to share with you. Chair, there was something else before I just jump to the me and Senator Wambua, during our free time, we play word games. But there's a word he used, and this is a house of record. The word that he used is admitted. When you use the word admitted, in the English description is confessed to be true. And that means is as if I was hiding. What he should have said is I'm confirming. And in the process of saying confirming, the English Oxford means I'm firmly establishing. So I just hope, because you see, using the word that I have admitted, it is something to say that I am now confessing. I never hid it in the first place. So I just thought we should be.
Governor,
the Senator of Nairobi agrees with me. English is quite important. Chair,
may you go ahead to the updates on Mzizima and Likoni?
Chair, maybe.
And of true interest to the committee is how are you handling the current tenants in those two developments, vis-a-vis how, and I said opportunity, again for Senator Chute, I said opportunity because it is you who mentioned, I didn't know. It is you who mentioned that it's possible,
yes, I did,
that you could actually engage people who are in Buxton in these other projects. I just want that clarity for the purpose of the committee's understanding.
Okay.
Let me inform you, Chair. Just information. No, you said something.
Senator Chute, let the governor respond.
Chair, the ones that we were able to, actually, when we got into office, the ones that contracts had already been signed was Likoni, we had Buxton, and we had Mzizima. When we got into office, when I saw the opportunity that these contractors were not on site, I did the due diligence to actually terminate. And the one that legally posed us quite a number of problems was the one in Likoni. The one in Mzizima, as it stands, is terminated. So that I don't come back here and Senator Chute asks me why this percentage and why that percentage. But even as it stands terminated, we cannot have barren pieces of land. I sat down with the National Land Commission. Land can be used for more than just housing. Our belief is that land can be used for more than just housing. Especially if you look at an area like Mzizima. Mzizima is right opposite Buxton. Now on this side you've got 1,800 units. Buxton is very near Chuda, which has quite a number of high rises, and that whole area. So we asked ourselves, are we going to start diminishing markets? Because the demand is going to be very, very little when the supply is over in that area, and you're going to have. So we did an advert, and we actually sought guidance from the National Land Commission, and we did an advert on best use for that particular property, whether someone might come and give us a better idea and say that, you know what, these people will need ancillary services. They will need either schools, they will need malls, they will need this. These people need to have a place. So that tender was out. It was in public domain. It was in the newspaper. When was it? 28th of March is when we advertised it. When is it closing? By May. 8th of May is when the tender for that one is closing. The one for Likoni, there's several letters where we actually said, we wanted to terminate. let me just say they also have quite a shrewd legal team, and they used one or two issues to basically say that no, you cannot, you have not done this, you have not done this, you have not removed this. Eventually, as we're speaking right now, as we are speaking, they're already at site. Likoni, the contractor, is already at site. I have refused to go and even visit that site until I see how far they have reached. I will not go and ground break, and then after, like what happened in Mzizima, we did the groundbreaking and then that contractor just let us down and he just left. So for this one, I've said I'm only going to visit the place after I have seen that there's going to be movement. If the Mzizima comes with a developer for housing, the same way we have advertised for Changamwe and the others, will we be talking about having houses in first phase? Yes, we will. So I just thought I'd clear the air. That is the position on those two particular properties, Chair.
Thank you, State Department, and see whether you can be able to come up with this solidified agreement. Regardless of what the result is, I wanted to guide that the committee also put this as an agenda in our meeting with the State Department for Housing on 2nd. It's a retreat, therefore we can be able to canvass this. And there's a possibility that we might invite the governor. We will canvass over that in the next 1 week with the committee for that particular session alone.
Thank you, Chair.
The second thing I wanted to guide on the committee to engage with you further on those.
Noted.
And in the context, primarily, what is the interest of this committee of addressing the problem of the 522. I know there is a lot of emphasis on the 180, 84, who you already have commitment in the current phase 2 of the development of Buxton. But I am more interested as a chair, and I think that's also not dissimilar to this committee, on the entire people who are affected, which is 522. So we would still want to understand what is your thinking through this redevelopment of the subsequent housing projects that you might have of the 342 who might not be taken care of in the 180. So when we visit, we will delve into that. Is that a good place, committee members, to leave this meeting? Because I do release you on time to go and get lunch.
Allow me to add
and go to the plenary.
Add two things on what you've just said.
Yes.
It's very important. If we can get a copy of an agreement, the agreement on Likoni and Mzima, between the contractor and the county government.
Okay.
Yes.
Pardon?
We want to have a copy of the agreement between the developer and the county government.
From Mzizima?
Mzizima and Likoni.
But Chair, I just said, the one for Likoni is here, and
Yes.
I'm going to present it.
Yes.
The one from Zizima is now a null and void document because we don't have a developer. I just said that we terminated him.
Yes. The reason why I'm asking is how was it terminated and why not Likoni? If we look at Zizima, then we'll know how is Likoni still existing after all those years.
I think fair enough.
Maybe Chair,
I think
it is important.
Governor,
sometimes, Chair, I don't mean to wear the chair's hat, but I think the right way is just to ask me, why don't you give us a write-up and tell us how did you end up being able to terminate Likoni, Mzizima, because
Governor,
I can give you the document, I can give you the contracts. It's not a problem. Likoni is here, and I'll present the one from Zizima as well.
Governor, I'm the chair here.